Hey guys, welcome back. Microsoft's E3 conference was long. Just like last year, there were a lot of games, a lot of trailers, a lot of gameplay, and exciting new games. So, we have a lot to get through today. This is everything that was shown at Microsoft E3 2019. The first game is The Outer Worlds. This is a game developed by Obsidian Entertainment. It's an RPG that will be available for play from the 25th of October this year. Next up is a game that I thought was pretty exciting. It's called Bleeding Edge. It's a 4x4 brawler. It's kind of reminiscent of Overwatch, and the technical alpha will be available from the 27th of June this year. It's one of the first things that we've seen since Microsoft obtained Ninja Theory. Next up is a game that we saw last year at E3. It's finally got a release date. We're going to see Ori and the Will of the Wisps, this adorable platform adventure, from the 11th of February next year. Next, we have Minecraft Dungeons. It's an action-adventure game inspired by dungeon crawlers. Definitely for the bigger Minecraft fans. That will be available from spring 2020. Now we're on to Star Wars. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is a game by Respawn Entertainment. Hopefully they'll do a much better job with Star Wars than EA did, but we can look for this game to be released on the 15th of November 2019. The next game is a survival horror game called Blair Witch. This is based on the Blair Witch movie, and we can see that from the 30th of August this year. And of course, one of the biggest announcements last year, and also huge this year, is Cyberpunk 2077. We had an extended trailer that you can see pretty much anywhere. There is a Keanu Reeves cameo in the game and at the conference. It's like so hyped. This game is coming out on the 16th of April next year, and everyone's excited. The next game is a really beautiful platformer with a great art style called Spiritfarer. It was developed by Thunder Lotus, and we can see that game coming out sometime next year. The next game is appealing to your inner child. Those of you who know Battletoads from the 90s, this is a brand new version of this game that doesn't have a release date as yet, but we'll just have to wait and see what they're going to do with it. The next game is a really interesting concept. It's a hand-drawn indie game called RPG Time: Legend of the Right. WRIGHT, I think. It's coming out sometime next year. We don't have an exact date yet, but we can look forward to that. The next game I didn't really expect. I'm not sure exactly who it's for, but this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a flight simulator. The next game is Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. It's going to be available on Steam from fall this year, so we have a few months to wait before we can get our hands on that. Wasteland 3. The sequel to Wasteland 2 will be available from spring next year. This is, yes, the sequel to the In Exile entertainment game. This really interesting game is by Double Fine, that was also acquired by Microsoft. It's called Psychonauts 2. We don't have an exact release date, but we can expect it to be released next year, 2020. More Star Wars, but this is Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. I love Lego and I love Star Wars. I think this is such a cute concept and an interesting looking game. So we don't have a release date, but we can expect it also next year. I don't know who wanted or needed this, but we have yet another Dragon Ball Z game. This one is not a fighting game, it's an action RPG called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We can expect to see it early 2020. This game is purposely mysterious. It's called 12 Minutes, and it literally just said interactive thriller about a man trapped in a time loop, unquote. All we know is that it's coming soon. We don't know much more about this game, but it looks like it'll be a really interesting concept. Away to the Woods is coming in 2020 for real this time. Looks like an animal RPG. Really beautiful art style. And one of the biggest announcements for Microsoft E3 was Gears 5. There was a Bound by Blood character trailer that was interesting. We also saw a co-op escape mode. So that should be included in Gears 5, which is going to be released on the 10th of September this year. There was also a Terminator Dark Fate crossover. It's a character pack from Terminator that you can get for Gears of War 5. And Gears Pop mobile game. This game will be available for pre-order soon. The next game we have is Dying Light 2.
My father saved my life. He told me never to forget who I am. My name is Aiden.
We can expect to see this game in spring of 2020. Forza Horizon 4 made another appearance at E3, but this is the LEGO Speed Champions expansion. And we can expect to see this expansion released today. Speaking of expansions, there is a State of Decay 2 Heartland expansion that's out right now that you can play along with your State of Decay 2 game. Next is a JRPG called Phantasy Star Online 2. It's free to play, and we can expect to see it next year, spring 2020. Next up is a Smilegate Entertainment game from the Crossfire series, Crossfire X or Crossfire 10, I don't know. But what we do know is that we expect to see this game next year. Back into RPGs, this is Bandai Namco's game Tale of Arise. This is a JRPG that we expect to see being released next year. In this year's releases, we have the much talked about, much anticipated Borderlands 3. We expect to see Borderlands 3 on the 13th of September this year, and the Handsome Collection that includes the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 would be available on Xbox Game Pass right now. So this game is a mysterious kind of RPG that's produced by Bandai Namco and developed by From Software. Lots of big names in this game. It's called Elden Ring, and we don't know much more about it. Now, for the biggest announcement for Microsoft E3, Halo Infinite. Halo is one of Xbox's biggest exclusive titles, and we can expect to get our hands on this game fall of next year. So we have another year to wait. And that was it for Microsoft's E3 conference. There was so much going on. They talked about Project Scarlet. They had new Elite controllers to show. There was even a new subscription system, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, that included Xbox Game Pass for Xbox, Game Pass for PC, as well as games with gold. I've already upgraded, and I was pretty pleased with this conference overall. I think it was great, and you can tell me what you think. Tell me what games you're looking forward to, what games you're ready to get your hands on, whether or not you're going to buy a new console, buy the new Elite controller. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.